This is the best all-around build since the NBA 2K20 two-way slashing playmaker. It can shoot from anywhere on the floor. It can dribble like crazy, getting a ton of ankle breakers. It'll dunk on anybody regardless of where they are in the paint. And it even gets rare finishing animations that are basically impossible to stop. The defense is absolutely unreal. We even got shades of Kawhi Leonard. This build is about to take over NBA 2K24. This is the reveal of the four-way Hawk. Before I show you how to make the best build in the game, sub up. It's free. We're on the road to 800K. And if y'all are sub, make sure to comment down below. I'll try to reply to all of y'all. Before we get into it, we have a real quick word from today's sponsor. I want to give a shout out to the sponsor of today's video, Underdog Fantasy. It's so simple. First, you pick a sport, then you pick the players, then you pick whether they'll go higher or lower on their numbers for that day. The more picks you get right, the more money you make. You can also mix and match sports. You guys see I have mainly NBA, but I also did throw in an Aaron Judge pick since the MLB season just started. They also have daily and season-long fantasy drafts for every sport, so don't miss out. And if you use code SOLO, you'll get a half-point special like this Fox one for tonight. You'll also get a deposit bonus of up to $100. Remember, you have to use code SOLO and be sure to play responsibly. What's up, it's Solo back with a review. Now today I'm going to be showing y'all and revealing the best overall build in NBA 2K24. As you guys saw in the intro and as you guys are seeing in the clips right now, this build can do everything. It can finish, it can shoot, it can dribble, and it can play defense at a very high level. We're going to get shades of Kawhi Leonard with this build. And I do want to say, most of these clips you guys are seeing are on the 1v1 court, and that's for a reason, because I made this build particularly so that I could never lose a game again on the 1v1 court. It works on every court. Like, I'm putting y'all onto a crazy build. It works on every court. Y'all could tweak it. If you're a rec player, you could tweak this build to your liking, or if you're only gonna play threes, I'll tell y'all how to tweak it. But the way that I made this build, this is my new 1v1 court build that I'll be using for the rest of the year. And we absolutely print VC in the stage on this build. So let me show y'all how I make it. So once you go into the builder, if you have Rebirth or Rebirth 2.0, of course you're gonna want to click yes on this. But if this is your first build ever, then you're not gonna have that. We've got the NBA templates, we've got the community builds, but of course we're gonna want to go ahead and create our own build. I go righty, but it's personal preference. If you've always made your builds a lefty shooter, then go ahead and do that. Now the craziest thing about this build is that you can make it at pretty much any position. If you guys want it to be a point guard, make it a point guard. If you want it to be a shooting guard, you can do that. You can even make this a center. Now I will tell y'all before we even get into the attributes, the pass accuracy is not going to be crazy high on this. So if you care about position and you don't want to slot in as the point guard, if you're going to play rec or anything like that, then I probably don't recommend you go point guard, shooting guard, small forward, or power forward is what I'd go with. And I actually chose power forward because when we get to the shades, we're going to get shades of Kawhi Leonard. Those are the best shades. And so I just kind of like that. You know what I'm saying? This is like my little Kawhi build. And also we're going to be pretty tall. We're going to make this build 6'7". Now let me tell y'all why we're going 6'7". A lot of people, especially on the 1v1 court, either make a 6'6" build or they go with a 6'8" build. Now the thing about the 6'8" builds, and you guys, maybe you like this, maybe you want to make a 6'8" build, but the thing is the 3 is pretty low. You guys can see we have an 82 3. The ball handle only goes up to an 85, so that's kind of a disadvantage. And then if you go 6'6", yes, you're going to be able to shoot way better, you're going to be able to dribble better, but defensively it's not as good, and you can't get anchor, which helps out a lot with blocks defensively. So I met in the middle. I did something that a lot of people haven't done, and I made a 6'7" build. And I mean, I really just don't lose. You guys already know that. You saw from the clips, I dominate. And for the weight of this build, we're going to go all the way down to 210. And for the wingspan, we're going to go down. It's something that I really don't want to have to do because I like a high wingspan for defensive purposes. But if we want to get Tracy McGrady and we want to have an 87 3-pointer, of course you can get it through mid-range as well, but we're not going to have a really high mid-range on this build. It's just a little too expensive to have both if you want a completely all-around build. We're going to go with a 6'9" wingspan because that we can also get a 91 steal. Okay, now we got the fun part. We have the attributes. And guys, you got to really lock in and listen to me carefully because again, I spent days on this build. I didn't want to mess it up. I talked to some of the best players in the game. I talked to some of the best 1v1 players in the game because I wanted to hear all of the opinions. Let's start off with a simple attribute. We're going to go to our 3-point and we're going to put this all the way up to a maxed out 87. This will allow us to get Tracy McGrady base for our jump shot because let's just be honest, that's kind of the best jump shot in the game for builds that are, this height. And I'm gonna just be honest, that's gonna be it for shooting. You can green mid ranges easily. immediately with a 72 midi, although I don't really take them. It's either a 3-pointer or a dunk or a layup. And with this, we're gonna have silver blinders, gold catch and shoot, silver deadeye, bronze limitless range, which you guys can see. I mean, that's fine. I shoot from crazy deep, even in the stage on Hall of Fame difficulty. In the park, 87.3. Oh, this is gonna be a breeze. Like, you're gonna be green in everything unless you're just new to the game or you're just completely ass. Silver Agent 3 goes crazy. Gold corner, silver green machine. Y'all can see the rest of the badges if you guys want to pause the video. Now let's do our playmaking real quick, because I feel like our defense and our finishing is going to take a little more explaining. So let's just get this out of the way. We're going to go with an 86 ball handle, because this gives you the Kemba Walker escape. If you guys play this game a lot, or you guys have watched my drill moves videos before, you know that that is the escape that I use. So like I showed you before, on a 6'8 build, we can only go to an 85 ball handle. We won't get Kemba. So if you have a build that's, you know, 86 or below, I recommend use Jimmy Butler, but I like Kemba, so I made this build 6'7". Also, we will be getting the anchor badge, which is, you know, a really good badge, and you have to be 6'7" or up in order to get that. So if we went 6'6", we're going to be bad defensively. We're not going to get as many blocks. So we're going to go with an 86 ball handle. And now for the speed with ball, this is the debatable part, because most people go with a 75 speed of ball and they just put on like pro dribble style, or they'll put on LeBron or whatever. I don't know. Some people use different stuff, but the one that I like to use is Devin Booker. And in order to get that, you need an 80 speed with ball. If y'all don't use the Devin Booker dribble style, then you can go with a 75, because it really doesn't change anything. This is just for your dribble style. Let's go down to our physicals real quick. We're going to go to an 81 speed. So we are not going to max it out. If we max it out, this would go to an 85. We're not going to do that, because as I said before, I talked to some of the best players. That's a little unnecessary, and we're looking for badges in this build, right? We have silver speed booster, but we're not going to stop there. Some people keep their Excel low at a 66. We're going to put this up to a 73 Excel, which gives us silver blow by. You guys can see all the badges it gives us. We also get spot finder. This is a really good badge. You get that at a 68. And then slippery also goes silver at, I don't know, what is it, 71. And while we're down here, we'll just max out our stamina, because let's just be honest, if you're not maxing out your stamina on a build, what are you doing? It's really cheap to upgrade. And that will give us silver handles for days, as you guys can see on the right side. Okay, so let's talk defense now. On any good, great build, let's just be honest, this is a stat that is necessary, and that is going to be steal. Unless you're a little guard that's going to play threes and play no defense, or going to hide in the corner, you need steal on your build. And you really should get a 91 steal for that gold glove. You guys see on the right side, bro, going from silver to gold glove is crazy. Trust me, I have some builds with an 85-3, and maybe y'all do too. Maybe you guys have builds with an 85-3. The difference from 85 to 91, getting that gold glove, is crazy, bro. You will pluck everybody. If they are dribbling in your face and you click that X or that square button, you are getting a crazy amount of rips. So trust me, bro, with this build, 91 steal, that X button or square button, if you're on PlayStation, is going to be your best friend. Perimeter would be nice to get pretty high at like a 85 or something like that, but we're going to stop at a 75. And you guys see clamps is, you know, grayed out. So let's go ahead and let's get that. Let's put that up to a 45. So bang, now we have bronze clamps. We have most of the badges on bronze. Of course, yeah, it'd be nice to get them a little bit higher, but what I decided is it's just worth it to get the 91 steal rather than going down to an 85 and then bringing up the perimeter, because keep in mind, we still haven't even done our finishing, some of our physical, you know what I'm saying? We still got stuff to upgrade. So trust me, 91 steal, 75 perimeter is better than having 85 on both. Next up, let's do our block. I told y'all, bro, we wanted anchor on this build. That helps crazy, bro. The dunk meter in this game is broken. Layups are a little bit broken. Let's just be honest. So we're gonna need a little help in the paint. If you go 6'6", you can't do this. So we're gonna go to a 77 block, which on the right side, you guys see anchor. You need a 77 block, and you also need a 61 interior. So let's go ahead and get our 61 interior. We have bronze workhorse, you guys can see, and bronze anchor. This badge is gonna help us. It's gonna do wonders. Also, chase down. We haven't even got to that yet. So real quick, let's go down to our vertical. And if we put this to a 60, you guys can see we get bronze chase. Okay, so now this is where the real debate comes in. This is where the build gets interesting, and this is where some of the best 1v1 players in the world, you know, have a debate. And that is going to be with your driving dunk, because let's just be honest, if you've played the game at a competitive level or a high level, especially if you played any ISO players, you know by now, and this point of the game, what is it? It's about to be April, that the dunk meter, dunking, is broken. Layups are broken too. Let's just be honest. Reverse layups, all that, scoopers, that they go crazy. They do. But the dunk meter, if you can master the dunk meter, it is so worth it. And so on this build, we are going to be using the dunk meter a lot. So if y'all don't know how to use it, once you make this build, if you're making it, make sure to start using the dunk meter. Basically, when you're running in for a dunk, you just flick up, down with the stick and you just time it. And trust me, there's a big green window, as you guys probably saw in the intro clips. Maybe I'll pop up a clip real quick. Y'all can see there's always a solid green window, even if they're in the way, but you're just going to poster them because we're going to have a pretty high driving dunk. So what we're going to do is we're going to put this up, and this is where the debate comes in again. Some builds I've made is at an 84. That's a little bit low. You get certain solid dunk packages at an 84. You might get contacts. I don't even know. But if you go up to an 89, this is where you get, you know, the next level of contacts. If you want the best contacts, you got to go up to a 94 driving dunk. And this is what a lot of the best players do. This is what a lot of the 1v1 Hawks, 1v1 Demons, whatever you want to call them, do. They go with a 94 because you unlock the best contact dunks in the game. And as you guys can see, posterizer on the right side. Hold on, let's go down to vertical right here. We have to up our vertical up. You guys can see if we go to an 80 vertical, we have gold posterizer. But I said, hey, you know what? And I tested this, you know, using the blacktop mode, whatever, create a player. I was dunking, testing it. And I said, you know what if instead of getting all of the best contact dunks, because guys, this is really expensive to go to a 94 driver dunk, it's so expensive. If I go down to an 89, we're still getting contact dunks here. Our badges are still pretty good. Posterizer did drop down one level, but you guys saw from the clips in the intro, like the dunk meter, the dunks still go crazy. I body people with this build. And so we're not only going to get an 89, but we're also going to go up to a 90, which gives us gold precision dunker, which helps us with skill dunks, aka the dunk meter. Also, our vertical will be a 78. That is what is needed for the contact dunks unlocked at an 89 driving dunk. And so this is what I decided to do because I don't have a 94 driving dunk. You guys saw we could do it. Look, if we want it, we can get it. And that's up to y'all. If y'all want to go with a 94 driving dunk, you can. But what I decided to do is go crazy on the strength. A lot of people don't do this. Y'all can let me know in the comments. Is it smart? I think it is. We're getting unique. We're getting a little different here. We're not gonna, you know, copy everyone else and be like everyone else. We're getting unique. We're making the best all-around build. Defensively, strength helps you, especially against post scorers, tall players that might body you in the paint. Strength helps because there's a badge down here called a movable enforcer. That helps. And so we're gonna put this up to an 84 strength. And at an 84, you guys can see bulldozer is bronze, bang 84, it is silver. That badge goes crazy. In the clips where y'all saw me just euroing and just throwing people out of the way, that's bulldozer. And that's a badge that a lot of other people, especially on their 1v1 court builds, do not have. And again, I made this for the ones. If you're gonna play twos, if you're gonna play threes, rec prom, whatever it is, this badge still goes crazy. It's not just a badge for the ones. This build overall goes crazy in any game mode. But yeah, a movable enforcer, this badge is crazy if y'all don't know about it. And physical handles we are getting on Hall of Fame. This badge also goes crazy and it helps you to like not get ripped as much. Sometimes where there's moves, like especially if you do the John Wall crossover a lot, if you're running into the paint and you do a John Wall crossover, instead of getting a bump, sometimes you'll get a bump, but instead you will do a nutmeg through the defender's leg because you have physical handles on Hall of Fame. It's actually pretty crazy. Make sure on pretty much all the builds that you make, you go with a 40 standing dunk. You could also go 45. That gives you both of the default, you know, standing dunk packages. But if you go below a 40, like if we keep this at a 39, we're not going to get standing dunks. But just by going to a 40, which is very low, it's very cheap, you will unlock the best dunk package. Well, not the best, but you unlock some dunk packages. Like I get standing dunks with a 40. That's what I'm trying to say. If you go to 39, you're not going to get it. So it's just so simple. Go with the 40. And again, I'll show y'all my animations, my dunks at the end so you guys can put on exactly what I have because you don't want to mess that up. And so now the build's pretty much done. If you guys plan on playing twos or threes and wreck and prom with this build, then I recommend getting some more pass accuracy. So I mean, that's something that's glaring, right? Everyone's looking at it. You guys are seeing 56 pass accuracy. Again, I made this for the ones. That's just my build. I don't need pass accuracy on the ones. But if you guys plan on playing a lot of ones, and I would try to put on some pass accuracy, honestly, you could possibly take down the driving dunk to an 89. You will lose the gold precision dunker, but if you're gonna play other modes, you know, pass accuracy might be worth. Actually, I don't think that that's worth it, but what I'm saying is you guys probably want to tweak the build and try to get, you know, some pass accuracy, because again, I'm playing ones, I don't really need it. Another way you could get pass accuracy is by lowering the speed of the ball. Again, I get an 80 for D-book dribble style, but you can go to 75. You could maybe take down the driving dunk and then bang, you can get, you know, a 69 I would probably go to a 68 pass accuracy because you get break starter at that. I don't think you really need special delivery right here at a 69. So I'd probably stop at a 68. And so what I decided to do to finish off the build, let me put my speed of ball back up, is I decided to get some offensive rebound. This is a stat that everyone just kind of disregards. It's like the forgotten stat. Of course, post control as well. Post control is actually OP. I mean, we didn't really get it on this build, but it's actually cheap and it's a little bit crazy. But offensive rebound, bro, people forget about it. They love defensive rebound. That's like the favorite child. You know what I'm saying? Offensive rebound, that's like the middle child. It's kind of like the forgotten one, but we are going to get that because it's actually cheaper than defensive rebound. So our defensive rebound is going to go up to a 35, offensive up to a 50. This is a little bit noticeable. It's nothing crazy. Like we're not going to be snagging crazy on offensive board. But that's what we're going to do. And then I'm going to go with my post control up to a 26. Again, this is a 1v1 court build for me. That's what I decided to make. So we don't really need free throw. Again, go back in the video a minute from now if you guys plan on playing 2s, 3s, rec chrome with this and not as much 1s because you're probably going to want some more pass accuracy. I explained how to get that. And you guys could also tweak the build if you want to get some more free throw on it. Yeah, this is what I would say the best kind of all-around build, especially for the 1v1 court. If you guys skip to this part of the video, because I know a lot of y'all do that, make sure to sub up. We're on the road to 800K. I took days creating and perfecting this build. It really would mean a lot. And also comment the word peaches. Comment the word peaches if you guys are still watching this video. And of course, make sure to sub up and turn on noties. Also, something I'm going to say is now that you have the build, you also are going to want my animations, which I'm about to show y'all. You're going to want my jump shot. You're going to want my dribble moves, and you're going to want the dunk packages especially. So don't leave the video just yet. But now we have one of the most interesting parts of the video, and that's going to be the shades. And of course, we went with a power forward. So we're going to get shades of power forward players, and we get the GOAT. No, I'm just kidding. He's not the GOAT, but we get Kawhi Leonard shades on this build, which is crazy. Jalen Williams, one of the best young players in the entire NBA, and Al Harrington. And you guys are going to see that we have built a floor spacing slasher. Now, if you guys go ahead and make it a point guard, again, I said you can make this build pretty much at any position. The shades would be Lonzo Ball, LaMelo Ball, and Malcolm Brogdon. And if you guys made this build at a shooting guard, you get shades of 2 Knicks players and a Pelican. We have J.R. Smith, Dante DiVincenzo, and Herbert Jones. Now, if you guys make this build at a small forward, the shades, I think are not, I think it's Jimmy Butler. We have Ron Artest, OG Anunoby, and Jimmy Butler. So these shades are also pretty good. I almost went with small forward, but again, I decided to go with power forward. I'm trying to put y'all on to literally everything, bro. I'm giving y'all the best drill moves in the game for builds at this height with this ball handle. Make sure to sub up if you guys haven't. That's all I'm asking. It's free. A lot of y'all that watch aren't actually subscribed. Make sure you have on Devin Booker dribble style. If you make this with an 80 speed of ball, make sure you put on the Devin Booker dribble style because it goes crazy. Now, if you guys only go to a 75, you could use maybe Magic Johnson, although it's kind of patched. I know LeBron James is good. You could use pro dribble style. Signature size of we have T-Mac, regular breakdown combo doesn't matter that much. De'Aaron Fox, John Moran aggressive breakdown combo. This does go pretty crazy. We have Kemba Escape. That's what we get on an 86 ball handle. That's the reason we went with an 86 ball handle. Combo moves Jason Tatum. This doesn't really matter. John Wall cross goes crazy. Make sure to put that on. Jamal Murray behind the back is insane. Basic spin. John Morant hezzy. John Wall step back is insane. And then Kobe Bryant triple threat style. And these are my drill moves. I'll put a link in the description to my dribble tutorial with a hand cam because if y'all want to score every single play, you got to watch the dribble tutorial. I'm putting y'all on to the best moves in the game in that video. Also, while we're here, you guys can see I use Pro 2 dribble pull up. Another pretty good one is Michael Jordan if you want to try that. And also Kobe Bryant, I heard is pretty good, but I never tried it because I just like Pro 2. I don't really touch any of the extra stuff here. I have James Harden hop jumper on, but the rest is pretty much just basic stuff. And you guys see for my dunk style, I do have on one called Dunk, which is what I named it. So real quick, let me go to my dunk style creator. Make sure you do this because if you don't, we just upgrade our driver dunk. We upgrade our standing dunk for no reason. So basically what we have is contact dunks 2 feet. Make sure you have this on, pro contact dunks off 2. If we go to 1 feet, make sure you have on the pro contact dunks off 1 equip. That's what you get at an 89 driving dunk. And then reverses go crazy, whether it's a layup or a reverse dunk. Make sure you put on baseline reverses off 1. I'm putting y'all onto some game right now, bro. That dunk package is insane. And then standing dunks, make sure you have on 2-hand under basket regular. That's what we get at a 40 standing dunk. That is the reason that we have a 40 standing dunk. So make sure you put this on or else you're not going to get standing dunks. And as far as the signature dunks go, we don't have anything on. You guys can get crazy if you want. You can put on some crazy stuff, but I have on the simple stuff because I don't want to get blocked. For the alley-oops, we have pro alley-oop and then we have pro contact alley-oop equipped. Now for the jump shot. And I swear, bro, bro, if y'all aren't sub by now, because I'm giving y'all the best jump shot in the game. Usually you got to watch a jump shot video for this, but we're putting it in the build video. We have T-Mac with full release speed, Sadiq Bey 75%, Oscar 25%. I don't miss. I shoot 60% plus, 65% plus on all of my builds. Hey man, if y'all want the best shooting tips and really want to learn about how to green every shot, like this is the jumper, but I don't know, it's gonna work solid for you. But I'll put my jump shot video in the description, where I also give you all of my shooting tips, controller settings, all of that. And you know what, real quick for the video, we're gonna spin our daily reward or whatever, and I am veteran 2, is it, or whatever? I don't know, one of them you get better rewards at, so maybe we get something crazy. Come on. I'm sick, bro. What am I looking at?